BWOne here from BWOne.com. I'm going to give you a versus between the Amazon Kindle Fire and the Barnes & Noble Nook Tablet. So for both of these tablets, we've done extensive reviews, videos, and postings all about each one of them, giving you really in-depth analysis on both. Now it's time to do a versus between the two of them and see which one is better. Let's do a quick hardware overview between the two. They both have a 7-inch display, which is really nice displays. I really like viewing both of them. They both come with a dual-core 1 GHz processor. Storage is where they differ a little bit. This comes with 8 GB of storage on the Kindle Fire, with 6 GB usable to you. There isn't any way to physically expand the storage, but this does take advantage of Amazon's cloud drive and cloud services, so you can store content on the cloud if you want to as well. So that's how you kind of expand it. The Nook Tablet has 16 GB of storage built in, but only 1 GB is available to you for your own content that you want to, siloed on here from your computer and whatnot. The rest of it is for the Android OS, the Nook UI, and anything that you buy from the Barnes & Noble store directly onto here. That's where all that, that's where that storage is. The rest of the storage is sort of dedicated to. And if you want to expand it, you can physically with a micro SD card in the weirdest place for a micro SD card slot for up to 32 GB of storage. You can see sort of design-wise, they differ a little bit. The Kindle Fire takes more of, I think, more of a sleek and professional look to it. Reminds me a little bit of the BlackBerry Playbook. It's a little bit heavier. Some people said, the first thing they pick it up and say, yeah, it's kind of heavy. I haven't noticed that, but I know just some people have said that. You can see you have your speakers here at the top. You have the power button here at the bottom, micro USB port, 3.5mm headphone jack. Nice soft touch back here. Really feels comfortable. I think this feels a little more comfortable in the hand than the Nook Tablet here. But you can kind of see overall kind of what the look is. And I kind of like the look a little bit better than I do with the Nook Tablet, which has a nice look, but this little hook here gives it a very toyish look, so it looks more like, doesn't look as adult and as sleek as you would like it to be, or as I would like it to be personally. Had the same soft touch back finish. Speakers actually here in the back. This is the the micro SD card slot right here. You have your micro USB port, 3.5mm headphone jack here at the top, and you do have physical volume buttons right here on the side, and a power button right there. And it has one other button here, the Nook button for home. This really is minimalistic on the buttons. The only button that you really see on here is the power button. There is no other buttons here available on the Kindle Fire. Now they both run Android, which are both heavily customized. We'll power on the Kindle Fire, now power on the Nook Tablet, and you'll see they're both Android, but you really wouldn't know it unless you actually really knew it. And it's even more customized here on the Kindle Fire than really here on the Nook Tablet. So at least you have the sort of desktops here on the Nook Tablet, so you kind of know that's Android, but even then that's still heavily customized. Now between the two interfaces, I feel that the Kindle Fire has a much simpler and a little bit smoother of an interface and easier to kind of navigate around. I think while the Nook does have a user-friendly interface, I think it's a little overcomplicated at times. It's trying to kind of a little bit of everywhere, kind of trying to do too many things at once here. And it feels a little bit smoother in the Kindle. You can see here. And this is really the only thing they have in common between the two. Is right here is your recent content section here. This has desktops you can do different things on. No desktops really here available. Everything's really controlled by the different sections that you go to. So you go to your newsstands here. We can actually do a comparison. You can go to the newsstand here as well too. And this is what I have People Magazine and ESPN. Interesting thing is when you load them up, they both have the little ways of navigating around, but what's interesting here is that this feels more like a PDF on the Kindle Fire. It doesn't really feel like it's formatted properly for it. You can see there. You can zoom in, but and shrink in and stuff like that. But here, you can kind of swipe around, and it feels formatted for it. And you can pull up the text if you want to on a particular thing. You can have it read the article if you want to. As far as magazines are concerned, they're definitely like them better here on the Nook Tablet, definitely for magazines. So let's go ahead and hit back here. So to get back here, you have to actually zoom in out of here. Let's go to the next page. There you go, and it brings up this soft key menu for the home to bring it up there, virtual rather. Now for books, they're pretty much the same. Let's go to library here. See if we can get 2 books. and pretty much the same in terms of sort of how books are sort of viewed. I think I opened up the dictionary here as what I might have. And they both have the different settings to change the size and brightness and fonts and things like that that you would normally expect here. And you can swipe between, I was about to zoom in, but you can swipe between the different ones here. But the Nook Tablet does have the advantage of having interactive books, which is really nice. I'll show you that here in the Charlie Brown Christmas book here for kids. So you can have read by myself for the kid, or you can read and play, or read and record. Hit read and play.
Charlie Brown Christmas by Charles M. Schultz.
And you can see you can interact with Charlie Brown there. Really cool. You see the snow and stuff falling. And you have the same sort of navigation options as there as well too. So I thought that was pretty cool here. So I think as far interactive books are really cool on this here, but as far as this regular book reading, pretty much both are going to be satisfactory for you. Let's go ahead and head home back here. And the next thing we'll do, well, music pretty much is both kind of the same. This takes advantage of a cloud music player. This music player here is all about the content that you put on it or whatever you bought there. Video, we did extensive video between both of them have the Netflix and Hulu applications available. This does as well too. If you go to video here, it actually goes to Prime Instant Video, which is an extra feature that the Kindle has, so you can stream content right from the Amazon Video Store, which is really nice. You can purchase content from there as well too. This is really all dependent upon the app, so Hulu plus Netflix, Showtime and stuff like that is kind of where you're going to be able to get your video content from here on the Nook Tablet. This gives you one more option here on the Kindle Fire. I'm going to take a look at the browsers on both of these. They're both Android-based browsers, but the Kindle Fire uses Amazon Silk, which offloads all the heavy stuff that needs to be loaded onto their Amazon Silk servers to render the page a little bit faster for you. And the Nook Tablet pretty much uses a standard Android browser. I have CNN loaded up on both of these here, and you can kind of take a look at it, see some of the content available and the Flash content because they both support Flash. And we'll do a quick pinch and zoom. I think pinch and zoom's a little bit smoother on the Nook than it is on the Kindle Fire in some places. You can see there. Alright. Alright, let's try and load a page at the same time here. Let's try to go to, they might go to the mobile pages of them first, but let's try to go to ESPN.com on here. And we'll try to do them both at the same time. Alright, and we'll hit go at the same time. Go. Let's see how they load up. This loaded up the full page. This loaded up the tablet optimized page, which ESPN does have. Alright. It's unfortunate. We'll try to go to the full ESPN site here. Let it load up. Hopefully here so you can see it some. Yeah, it went to the full page, unfortunately. I mean, the tablet optimized page just went to the full page here. But this is another example of a heavy page, a lot of content on it. You can see heavy page with lots of content. Loads up at about the same speed. I can see the Amazon Silk browser is a little bit faster in some cases, but nothing like breathtaking as they talk about. Possibly something in the future where you can see a real big difference at that point in time. But that's just sort of an idea there. We'll try to go to BWOne.com on both of these. Let's see. All right, let's add it here. And let's try to go at the same time. Do have a mobile page, but hopefully they'll both go to the full page. Looks like Nook Tablet's a little bit ahead. And alright, there we go. So it looks like the Nook got there a little bit sooner. They both rendered the page just about the same. And you can see the pinch and zoom there. So you get an idea of the browser. I spent probably a little more time on it than I should have, but I just wanted to give you guys sort of an idea how the browsers work there. That's pretty much it between the two of these tablets here. You can see they go about two different ways, pretty much getting you to the same solution as consuming as much content as you have and making it as easy as possible. I think the interface is a little bit easier here on the Kindle Fire. I think I kind of like the way it looks. I like the way it kind of gets you to where you need to go a little bit faster than I feel with the Nook Tablet, which I feel has a kind of a lot going on and it's kind of a bit of everywhere. It's still user friendly, but I think there's some tweaks needed to make it just a little bit, a little bit, I say more simplified, but a little bit more streamlined into getting in and out of your content and stuff like that at a little bit of a quicker pace. But but you can't go wrong. If you're using that, if you're using a Nook tablet, you are going to like it, and if you're using a Kindle Fire, you are going to like it as well too. And I do like the Kindle just a little bit better here in this versus. So between the two, I would pick the Kindle Fire. I like the fact you can use the cloud services if you want to, and you can stream pretty much anything you want. And if you're invested in the Amazon ecosystem, it's really going to be good for you in that regards. Versus what's on the Nook tablet. If you are invested in the Barnes & Noble ecosystem, the Nook tablet is definitely the one to go with for you there. And if you want to sideload a bunch of content, you really want to have all your content from your computer on your tablet, and you want to be able to put as much as you want on it, you can add that up to 32 gigabyte SD card on the Nook tablet here and expand that storage, which you can't do on here. So if you're really worried about storage and really worried about your own content, the Nook tablet is going to be no brainer for you. It's going to be the one that you want to go with between these two here. But personally, I do like the Kindle Fire just a little bit better. Battery life roughly is about the same. Just want to mention that out there. I really didn't have problems with battery either one. Both of them lasted long enough for me. Maybe just a little bit longer, but overall, just from watching, streaming content, reading, watching some TV shows, listening to some music between the both of them, they both gave me some pretty good battery life. But if you're a heavy user, really heavy, you're probably going to be charging each one of these throughout, at least once a day to keep them charged up there, especially if you're heavy using. But that's pretty much it there. And so, like I said, I'll say it one more time, I picked the Kindle Fire in this versus over the Nook tablet. Me personally, kind of like what this has to offer a little bit better overall for me. But there are some people out there that the Nook tablet does work for, but I think there's more that'll work with the Kindle Fire. The price range $250 to $200, but remember this $250, it might be a little bit more because you have to add that if you want more than 1 gigabyte available to you, you're going to want to add that SD card. So that's going to, depending on what the SD card cost is, it's probably going to be maybe a little bit more than $250. And you never know, these things will probably have sales and discounts on them, where they'll mark it down to make them a little bit cheaper, to make them more attractive in terms of pricing. So this is BWOne here from BWOne.com, reminding you, subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Twitter, become a fan of our Facebook fan page. Also, subscribe to our RSS feed, circle us on Google+, pin us on your homepage on YouTube. You can pin now with the new YouTube interface. Also, check out BWOne.com/tablet-reviews. Link to that is in the description with all of our social media and everything else. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition.